Ladies and gentlemen, hello flight simmers, welcome back to the channel and welcome back once again to P3D version 5.4. Today we are flying the PMDG 777, the big one, the 300ER in the United colors, on a very long flight going from Tel Aviv over to San Francisco. That's a brutally long route, but for those of you who are regulars to the channel, you know that I simply love to take aircrafts or take flights where the aircrafts get close to max takeoff weight. I think that's just the best thrill you can get in a flight simulator. So I am very stoked to do this routing today. Flight time is going to be 14 hours, which is crazy long flight. And yeah, we're sitting here at Tel Aviv during nighttime, very early morning. Actually, it's like 1 a.m. in the morning, and this will be almost a complete night flight. We get to San Francisco around 5:30 a.m. local time. So the largest part of this flight is going to be nighttime, and I really hope that we can get a sunrise landing into San Francisco later on. That would be super cool. It depends a little bit on the timing. Let's see, when we put in the route in the FMC in a minute or two, we can see what our scheduled arrival time will be. Yeah, so mainly night, but still doing it realistically. So that's of course why we are flying the real flight times. And also, since you guys requested or really laughed last time that I showed the route, I'm gonna do it here as well. Just pulling up Navigraph, and you guys can see this is a very crazy routing indeed, taking us very far north, 80-degree north. That's sort of the highest we get here. Very cool routing indeed. So we head out over the ocean, of course, passing Cyprus, over Turkey, then flying over Romania, all the way over Eastern Europe, then actually passing into Sweden, Norway, and then leaving Norway on a northbound trek. That's so cool, passing the Antarctic shield, and then basically turning south all over again, and then approaching San Francisco from the north. And yeah, I think for this arrival route is a very cool one, passing the Golden Gate Bridge as well. So let's see, maybe we are even lucky and get a super scenic sunrise arrival over Golden Gate. That would be super nice, but that's 14 hours from now, so I'm not spending too much time on that. But yeah, GSX is progressing quite nicely, so I would say let's get to it so we don't waste any time. So here we are. I hope the lighting is fine for you. As always, P3D cockpits are just super dark. That's the way it is. Apart from the iFly 737 MAX, of course, since that's basically the only aircraft we have which has specifically been designed for enhanced atmospherics, but all the others are a little bit dark, but I think we can handle it with the dome light. I can even switch it a bit brighter, I believe. No, it's not doing anything. Okay, let's jump down here. The D-Link is connected. Just want to quickly show you guys the fuel load, since I always am amazed by how much fuel this aircraft can carry. But today we're actually quite high up, 85% of fuel, 275,000 pounds of fuel on board. Just a crazy amount. But yeah, that's the setup. We have like 320 packs in here, a little bit of cargo. So all in all, we're gonna have a nice gross weight of 73.3, and maximum takeoff weight would be 777. Wow, is that right? 777 and a 777? I never really paid attention to that, but that would be kind of cool, to be honest. Yeah, on Simper if it's 775. But yeah, fairly close to that. So a super heavy flight, of course. Let's get some things going here. So position, we get the GPS position that goes in here. That's the routing. We can request that. It's in here, and now it is requesting. That's very good. Progress page. That's going to be interesting on when we arrive. I did some research, very quick research. So if we get to San Francisco 12:45 UTC or later, then we're gonna have a sunrise. Everything before that, I think it's gonna be arrival during nighttime. So let's see what we get for the arrival time. First of all, let's load this in. That's probably plenty pages of routing here. Yeah, it takes a second to load in. That is 9 pages of routing. Okay. Then for the departure, I believe we have 2 options. Let's look at the weather. So winds at 320 at 8. Cav okay, 31 degrees. Wow, that's a lot considering it's nighttime. Okay, never mind the weather actually. I just noticed that I had not set up Active Sky correctly, but now we have the real weather for 22:14 Zulu. That's nighttime, and that makes more sense. So now it's 23 degrees outside. Variable wind 03. Wind direction 000. Okay, winds all over the place basically, and still becoming scattered 1500, but that's probably later on, so no clouds reported. So it's a very nice setup, hardly any wind for our departure. This means we will be departing on runway what is this one up here? 26. Yeah, runway 26. I think this is what they usually take. They taxi out all the way down here. Depart 26. I think it's a little bit more noise friendly instead of departing on 30. So that's what we will be doing then. So let's go departure, runway 26, and the departure is gonna be the Suvas 1 Echo. Suva 1 Echo, there we go. Activate. I think arrival we do not need to put in just now. Well, actually, you know what? Since arrival routes are super long in the US, let's just go ILS 28 left, and then we do the Bodega arrival, transition at Merlo, something like that. Then we have a rough or a better estimate in here. Right, then let's go performance, accept. 0 fuel at 458. Now we need to check transition. Altitude is actually 18,000 here in the US. That's very good, although that's not on this page actually. Okay, 300. I think we can try this out initially and see if we need to adjust it up or down. Once we're airborne, step size can stay as it is. Reserves need to be, checking my flight plan, 14.3. Right, Lex, route data, load in the winds. Okay, so right now arrival is 12:22. I think we still need a bit of time to get airborne, so I think we might be lucky and be in for a sunrise arrival. Maybe I will even slow it down by a little bit during the cruise. Let's see. But crazy distance to cover, 6,679 miles. Insanely long flight here today. Okay, so that's set up, and now I need to do the performance. Sorry, what am I doing here? Thrust limits. Here it is. Just need to check if it's on pounds. It is. That's good. Performance. Copy FMC data. Runway 26. Conditions are dry. Wind was 3 knots. So I'm actually going to go 100 at 3 to simulate a 3-wind tailwind in case we get that. For the departure, we can try D-rate, but it's probably not going to work. Still fun to try it. Optimum, PEX auto. But you know what? We're actually going to do PEX off. We're demanding a lot from these engines on this takeoff, so we should not demand even more than we need to. Okay, takeoff 2 not available. That's not a surprise. Takeoff 1 is available. Holy cow, flap 15, 170, 74, 78, 39. Okay, let's do it. 39, flaps 15, center of gravity 24%, and that's 170, 74, 78. 70, 74, 78. Perfect. So let's go 178. Now we need to look. Oh, I always keep hitting the wrong buttons here. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the charts. And now I need not this one, but this one. Yeah, transition 18,000. Okay, so initial heading 255. 255. We're flying offline, so let's make it easy here. Cruise 30. Maximum 250 knots. Okay, that's kind of normal. 500 feet. Okay, then Matov max 250, 2,400 above, Orlev max 250, 8,000 below, and then there's a lot of constraints between 5,000, 8,000, and what do we have? Suvas, or was it Merva? I forgot. Suvas. So 5,000 above. Okay, so I'm just curious if Matov 2,400, if that works. Just delete and wait what it shows. 2,100, that's below. I am wondering, should it not give me a warning that we are unable this altitude at that waypoint? Or is it not what it's going to do? Maybe we can also take off. We can put acceleration height to 3,000 actually. Just need to redo these speeds and see if that made the difference. Yeah, now it's easily 3,932. Okay. So that made a huge difference, but I think that's good. Okay, other than that, I think normally what you would do on this kind of flight, put in the ETOPS airports as well, make sort of contingency plannings for crossing the Atlantic. I'm not doing this now, it's gonna take too much time. Maybe I would set it up during the cruise to make it a little bit more realistic to have those as well, but I am seeing that GSX is almost done, so we can continue on here. Flight directors, LNAV, VNAV, VORs on this side are coming on as well. Right, and I would say we are looking very good. Let's go ahead and fire up the APU. Service interphone, emergency lights, and then it should not be too long before we get going. Okay, so we have APU on. Let's put these seatbelts to on. Then we also need to run some checklists, of course, in just a second. We can get rid of the external power. We have the parking brake set, arm all the doors, ground connections. We can first of all remove the jetway, undock, and we can remove everything. Then let's go ahead and run some checklists, pre-flight checklist. First I need to test the oxygen. Okay, oxygen test 100% flight instruments, 224, 224, 1010, 1010, and 3 times that's checked. Okay, fuel pumps. Certainly need all of those. Beacons, the right demand pump. Just waiting for the light. There it is. And all the others as well. We can set up some more light in a second. Now let's ask for pushback. And before start, checklist MCP V2 set 178, heading 255, altitude 300, takeoff speeds have been inserted, CDU preflight is completed, trim. Yeah, we actually can trim 6.5. So need to trim up quite a bit. Like that. Taxi we will discuss in a second. Beacons are on. Very good. Now this goes to TA, and
Hello, Captain. We are ready for push.
I believe then we are almost ready to go. You can also pull up the map. So I believe we are down here somewhere. Actually, not entirely sure which pier exactly. So we will try to get out on Kilo and then a left hand turn on Romeo, and then Romeo all the way down full length runway 26. That's the plan. Okay, we are pushing. I hope I selected the right direction for the push, but we will see eventually. And now let's fire up those beautiful GEs. Starting with number 2. Auto start, getting the engine page. It's auto start procedure, but just for monitoring the startup. Yeah, and then I believe we surely have the 115s on here, which is the most powerful variant of the GE90. It's huge engines. Just incredibly huge. Aha, okay, one thing to consider as well, of course, since we are super heavy, we are planning to climb with a speed above 250 knots, 258 it says on here. We have speed constraint of 250 on the charts. Let's see, I think typically aircrafts can also be exempt from that. Let's try to stick to 250 or below initially, but then we can also speed up another 8 knots, I believe. Okay, so I hope we do keep on pushing a little bit further. I actually want to go out on this taxiway. That would be ideal. Let's see where they put us. In the meantime, starting number 1. And I can also get the floodlights going. Interesting pushback position, but I think it's okay for us. We can swing out to the left. Yeah, I think we can manage. That should work. Okay, starter cutout. We have 2 good engine starts. Very nice stuff. Okay, so RTO, flaps 15. APU kill. Trim is set. We had that already. I think we are looking very good. Let's get the checklists. No, I have. Okay. There we go. Before taxi, anti-ice not required. Recall is checked. Auto brake, RTO, flight controls. Let's make sure those are working. Full up, full down, full left, full right, rudder, full left, and full right. And ground equipment, they should be clear by now. Okay, before takeoff, flap 15, that's checked. We need to remember the pegs before taking off. That's kind of essential, since we have planned for that. And now GSX is moving away. So let's go taxi and turn off lights. Let's go wing lights as well. It's so dark in P3D, so I want to have a bit of light in here. And we can kill the dome lights. Yeah, maybe a bit more floodlights. Make it nice and cozy in here. Okay, folks, we're coming up to runway 26, and that took a while. I actually had some issues with the nose wheel steering. Had to quickly restart the sim as well, but now it seems to be all fixed, which is good. We are now entering runway 26. Let's put these strobes on, and let's assume we are cleared for takeoff. Looks like AI traffic is not active on this runway. They are landing on 30 though. Maybe we should wait until this guy is down on the ground. And now arrival time actually 13:04, so I wasted a lot of time down here. This will surely be a sunrise landing into San Francisco in that case, and no need to slow down during the cruise at all. Quite the opposite actually. We can maybe even pick up a little bit of extra speed if our fuel allows us to do so. Okay, so lining up, maybe going a bit fast at this heavy weight. And then we just need to remember to switch off the pegs, and then we are ready to rock and roll. Let's do that now. So pegs left and right are coming off. Before takeoff checklist is completed. And I still see the traffic on there. There it is. That's an Asian A320 if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm just seeing LL747 back there. Beautiful. Okay, but he's slowed down, so we are good to go. Let's do it. Let's go on a 14-hour journey over to San Francisco and take off. Pegs left and right. Yeah, that's on purpose. Should I not switch them off like that? I don't know. I felt like that's the right way to do it. And now we can enjoy this beautiful engine sound. Huge engines. Yeah, it's a bit of a takeoff roll here. V1 and go. Okay, keeping it below 10 degree, and we are airborne. Pulling a bit more. Positive radius coming up. Nice. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, and the climb rate is quite good. We have acceleration altitude all the way up to 3,000 feet, so that's good to cover some distance to the ground here. Very cool. Not Microsoft Flight Sim, of course, but not bad at all, in my opinion. So let's go autopilot. It seems to be very straightforward here so far. Now I need the pegs again. Taxi and turn off lights. And that's 3,000 feet. Now we should be speeding up. There we go. So flap back to 5. Flaps 1. Climb power. Yeah, so technically up to Orlev we would need to maintain 250 knots. So let's stay on flap 1 for a little bit longer. And then also we have speed constraints to the upper side, 8,000 or below, but I think I'm just gonna clear them out. Yeah, it's just a Tapus, which is the next one, so let's go Tapus. Delete. And so we should be clear to keep on climbing, just like that. And as soon as we are speeding up now, I can also retract the flaps fully. There we go. So flaps up. Okay, very nice indeed. We are on our way to San Francisco. Wing lights, I don't think we need them. Oh no, I forgot landing lights, guys. Ah, such a bad pilot. Completely forgot about those. Okay. Anyhow, after takeoff checklist. That's because I restarted the sim after takeoff, all green. That's checked. Okay, that's that for the departure. Now it's going to be a very long cruise, and then you guys will hopefully join me for a nice sunrise arrival into San Francisco later on. Enjoy!
your seatbelt is securely fastened about you. Your tray table and seat back are in the upright and locked position.
Hey folks, welcome back. Here we are, and actually this is my second attempt. I had some issues with the aircraft after saving the flight and picking up the next day. It was too long for me to do it in one go, so I decided to split it up between 2 days, but then I had some technical issues. Now trying again. Before I miss it, I am too late. Ah no, I think we just passed Golden Gate. Let's see if we can still see it. Yeah, it's down there, behind those clouds. That's San Francisco down there. But yeah, it looks beautiful. We're actually having luck, and we are coming in with this beautiful sunrise. I think that's gonna be very nice indeed. We are currently heading straight onto the airfield, which is the procedure for this arrival. Let me quickly find the chart. So that's the arrival coming from Merlot all the way. Now passing bricks over the airfield 11,000, then on a heading 140, and then we will eventually land runway 28 right, sorry. So we fly parallel to this mountain ridge, and then use the eddy transition, and then yeah, make a left-hand turn towards the final approach, and then hopefully have a beautiful, nice landing into San Francisco. Let's see how this works out in the end. Right, so heading 140 after the airport. Let's set this. We have auto brake 3. That should do the trick for today. And we will be landing flaps full, take it nice and slow, so that's 139 plus 5 makes it 144. Should be fairly normal, fairly easy landing, but let's see. I might be wrong, of course, on that. Yeah, FPS are coming down a little bit. I think it's due to the clouds and the airport, so a lot of stuff for the computer to handle, basically. But I hope it remains okay. Let's see. So, other than that, I'm not sure if we can see much of the airfield. We're just passing it. Let's see if we can make it out from the outside. It's down there. Yes, just passing it right now. Cool. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, so turning our heading 140 now, and now we can descend down to 6,000 feet, which is the altitude for eddy. Let's go flight level change, and let's see. I think we might need some speed brakes later on when we do the turn, or actually I think we need to take the turn quite slow, otherwise it's going to be very tight to do it. But let's see. First of all, we need to descend through the cloud layer, and then after that we can set ourselves up for the landing. Okay, 17 miles out now. This is so cool, going into this layer of soft clouds. Although they are very heavy on FPS right now, but it's kind of nice. I think I need to bring out the speed brakes. Otherwise it's gonna be very, very hard to slow down this aircraft. So let's see, maybe it's a good time to go flaps 1. Let's assume we are cleared for the ILS, so approach mode, go around altitude will be 3,000. Let's go flaps 5. We are on VNAV path, right on profile, glide slope, captured already, okay, cool. It's very early, and that's good. So slowing down 180, 13 miles to run. Yeah, I think we're looking good. Gonna gonna leave the speed brakes out for a little bit longer. It's just knowing that the PMDG slows down very little only, even if we throw out the flaps. Okay, but I think this will do 11 miles out. There's the runway straight ahead. We have good visibility. That's beautiful. Go around altitude is set. Okay. That's 10 miles basically. Ah, 8 miles. I'm just seeing the threshold, sorry, is at 2 miles of the ILS. So we're 8 miles out now. And let's go flap 15, speed brake armed, and then we are good on that part. Should be good. So let's drop the gear. Double check final approach speed 144. And let's keep the flaps coming. And flaps full, and that should complete the landing checklist in just a second. Meanwhile, I will take the aircraft. And that's the landing checklist, all green. Very good stuff. Okay, so let's see. It's gonna be an auto thrust landing. I hope the traffic doesn't mess with us, although I don't see anything on the radar. It's a bit odd. Usually that's about the time. Oh, look at this reflection on the water. Awesome. Wow, P3D is amazing me once again. Very cool. Just like on the 747 live stream I did lately. Sometimes, in like special moments, P3D looks really nice actually. Okay, let's focus on the landing now. A little bit low. But looking good. 8 knots of wind, almost directly on the nose, so that's not an issue. Ooh, FPS, come on. Coming in a little bit high.
50, 30, 10.
And let's bring it down, keep it descending. And there it is. Very good. Reverse. Decel. A little bit more reverse. 70 knots, 60 knots, idle forward. Yeah, we can even take this one. Very good. I think the next one would be even more convenient, but we don't want to block the runway for too long. Okay, nice. Welcome to San Francisco, everyone. I forgot the ground lights. Flaps coming up. I think the runway was clear. I didn't see anyone back there. So we should be good to cross. Cool, very good. Yeah, I'm happy with this landing. A little bit long, not directly on the touchdown point, but I think that was still okay. Okay, stand 100. Oh, sorry, that was very stupid. Just wanted to have those lights. Okay, we have a... what is that? Traffic light. I don't know, never seen that before. Let's see how this works. Okay, is it showing anything or... I get it. We are the red line and we need to be behind the green one. Okay, now I understand. And then I guess the traffic light will switch to yellow and red eventually. Okay, yellow and red. Wow, that's very close to the terminal. Okay, parking brake. We have APU generator on, so killing the engines. Elapsed time 13:33. That's nice flight time. Few pumps, hydraulics, beacons. That's all looking good. We will run the shutdown checklist. Park brake is set, weather radar. Oh, I forgot the right side. Okay, that's set. Standby. Checklist completed. Ask for deboarding. And that's that. Okay, so here we are, guys, and yeah, parking was actually correct, although very close to the terminal, but this seems to be where they need to stand. So that's good GSX config, and really, really nice early morning scene here in San Francisco. Very good stuff. Okay, guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me on this P3D full flight video. Lately I'm having a lot of fun with the P3D long hauls, I have to admit that, but at the same time we are expecting a lot of stuff to come for Microsoft Flight Sim very soon, and on top of that there have been some announcements made by some developers about P3D version 6, so iFly has announced they will not initially make the aircraft compatible, which is a little bit of a pity, so I guess as of now there's really no point in switching to P3D version 6 anytime soon. But I of course will monitor the situation quite closely, and you guys will know it whenever I do the switch, of course. Right, up until then, thank you so much for joining. I hope you liked it, and see you around next time. Take care.